Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse DC Classics Bizarro. This is sort of the first traditional looking Bizarro they've made, and they've made a couple others. This guy is a gold label, which is supposed to be a retailer exclusive, and this guy was advertised as a GameStop exclusive, but I found mine at Walmart, so who the hell knows. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus. DC Multiverse Bizarro. Here he is in the package. We have 2 alternate hands, totaling 4 interchangeable hands. He's got his necklace, Bizarro number 1, display stand, and collector's card. One side of the package, Bizarro from DC Classic. Other side, Bizarro. At the bottom, there's his barcode, if that helps anybody. And in the back, here he is posed up from the comics. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that we have this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. We have a display stand, a collector's card, a total of 4 interchangeable hands, and then Bizarro's signature necklace. Before I tailor all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is Bizarro. He's typically considered a Superman villain, almost an opposite and evil version of Superman. He's a lot of the time a member of the Legion of Doom, although his collector's card reads, Bizarro is a Frankenstein-like monster with a heart of gold. Although he was originally created by Lex Luthor, he has gone on to prove that he has a moral compass far superior to that of his mad scientist father. Possessing many Kryptonian abilities, albeit warped and twisted, this heroic clone of Superman fights for truth, justice, and the Bizarro way. So Bizarro is typically depicted as an evil version of Superman. He's almost his exact opposite. Superman flies upright, Bizarro flies upside down. Superman says he's good, Bizarro says he's bad, etc. He's usually also depicted as, frankly, an idiot. Now, there are many versions of Bizarro. We have clone of Superman, duplicate of Superman, Bizarro from another dimension, the Bizarro world, all kind of different versions of Bizarro. So let's take a closer look. This Bizarro is done on the Action Comics 1000 body. This was the first Superman body they used. Now his face, it does look like a Frankenstein-like monster. It looks like a zombie with gray and cracked skin, but he has that weird sort of smile. His hair is a little bit messy, but looks pretty good. The sculpt on his face is nice. That smile is kind of creepy. As we go further down, like I said, it's the Action Comics 1000 body. Light blue looks pretty good. He's got the signature S on his chest, but his is backwards, and it's done in sort of a shiny metallic paint job. It is seal-jointed elbows because it's done with the first Superman body. The diaper and trunks look pretty good. Double jointed knees. He does have a cloth soft goods cape with a bendy wire in it. Can take all these different poses. On the back, he has a Superman symbol on the back of his cape, but of course, it's also backwards, as it should be. This looks like it might be the best Bizarro figure McFarlane has made, and I believe it's the 3rd one to date. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. Weird, sort of innocent, smiling, Frankenstein-like monster. Just like Frankenstein's monster, he was always smiling, trying to play with the little girl, accidentally killed her. It seems like this guy would do similar things. Heart of gold. It does look good, but he looks almost like a good guy, and I think this version of Bizarro is supposed to sort of be a good version. But he's definitely going to go on my Superman Rogues shelf. And then, here's the figure, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories, starting off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand, typical McFarlane display stand we've seen countless times before. And then we have his collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of Bizarro, this version, the classic version. Bizarro from DC Classics. On the back, there is a description. If you want to read that, pause now. Now let's look at his hands. He has a total of 4 of them, 2 left hands and 2 right hands. Here he is with his first pair of hands. His right hand is a gripping hand, his left hand is a fist, and here's his alternate pair of hands. These are a pair of default hands. They would look good relaxed at his sides. So here's a look at his necklace, or pendant. We've got sort of a rope, and then it has this little stone tablet which says Bizarro number 1. Now, since Bizarro says everything pretty much opposite of what it is, I'm going to assume that means Bizarro is not number 1. And then here he is, wearing that necklace across his chest. Now let's talk about his cape for a second. It is made of cloth soft goods. It has a wire on either side. It can stretch out about that far. I love the Bizarro logo on the back. And it can take any sort of pose you want. Going up, you could be sort of flying, heading downward. I like to sort of have the cape flowing in the wind. An easy way to do that: take the cape, wrap it over your finger, wrap back down another finger, and then back up a little bit. Get something kind of like that. Take the other side, sort of wrap it underneath a little bit, and bam, you have a very quick makeshift version of Bizarro's cape flowing in the wind. I could spend a little bit more time making it look a little better, but it's pretty good as is. Now to look at the differences, similarities, and reuse between this DC Classic Bizarro and the Action Comics number 1000 Superman. And they do utilize the same base body, so let's take a closer look. So, obviously the heads are completely different. As we go further down, the sort of neck area looks to be a little bit different, but it's probably the same, just covered up by this rubber cape. The torso piece is a little bit different. This has this large sculpted Superman symbol added on top, but beyond that, it's the same. You can see the same sort of muscles on the side here. The stomach piece is the same. Arms are the same. I have different hands in, but that's just the hands I chose to keep with these guys. I noticed they cast his wrist pegs in blue, which is not how it should be, and his are cast in that gray skin color, which is a little bit more accurate. The diaper, trunks, and the legs are the same. Obviously, the capes are different. Here are all the figures that utilize this Action Comics 1000 body. I count 7 of them so far. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 7.1 inches tall, which can translate to around 18 centimeters. And for his articulation. Starting with his head, of course, he can rotate side to side. He can look up, not much at all, down a pretty good amount. He can tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint goes out 90 degrees, up, down, around. He's got this butterfly ring between his shoulder and chest, increasing the range of motion, although mine is not budging at all. And more importantly, covering up the gap that would be there. Well, it is just not budging. Let's check the other side. Also not moving at all, so definitely not helping any range of motion there. Bicep cut below that. Single jointed elbow with a 90-degree bend. His wrist can rotate, and it's hinged as well. Ball joint in his torso. Rotate around, forward and back. Another one is waist. Rotate around, forward and back. Between the two, pretty good range of motion in the torso area. I'd say you get a little bit more of the torso than the waist in this guy. Legs complete to splits, McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation is minimal. Legs go forward about that far. Back not at all. Double jointed knees. And then his ankle. Forward and back. Rotate. Tilt, rock. And toe articulation. You can totally see the outdated ball joints in the wrists and the ankles. This guy originally came out in January of 2020. Well, at least the Action Comics body did. And just a little bit of budging with the shoulders. And bam, that ring can move in and out. Here's a look at Bizarro and Superman, where Superman is normal, standing upright. Bizarro is the opposite, upside down. Now let's check them out next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Bizarro figures. Here's this DC Classics Bizarro, next to the New 52 version of Bizarro, which is one of my least favorite looks of his. Then, next to the 2-pack version of Bizarro, based off Ed McGuinness's artwork. And here, with the DC Direct Bizarro, also based off the McGuinness artwork. And here, next to the Mattel DC Multiverse Bizarro, which definitely looks to be based off the same look as this McFarlane DC Classics version. Here are all the Bizarro figures I have in my collection, by McFarlane, DC Direct, and Mattel. And I definitely don't have all of them. I would love to get the Mattel DC Universe Classics version. And then here he is, next to Bizarro. 3 different versions by McFarlane, DC Direct, and Mattel. Now let's check him out, next to some other Superman figures. Here he is with the original Action Comics 1000 and Hush Superman figures. And then, next to the Page Puncher and digital Silver Age Superman figures. Next, with a couple of movie Superman figures, Henry Cavill and Christopher Reeve. And here he is, with a few different Superman figures with a similar light blue tone as Bizarro here. And he's pretty much the exact same figure as the recent Walmart exclusive Action Comics Superman. Same body, same cape, same neck, everything except for different heads and paint job. Here's Bizarro, next to a couple of other McFarlane DC classic Superman rogues. Darkseid, Bizarro, and Lex Luthor. I can't think of any other classic Superman rogues they've made. Now let's check them out. Next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the assortment that I got at Walmart. We have the Green Lantern Corps Jade, Year 1 Jim Gordon, DC Classics Bizarro, and then both the regular and platinum versions of the Year 1 Batman. I'm still on the hunt for a platinum Gordon, a second platinum Batman for an unopened collection, a platinum rainbow orange Batman that's being found at GameStop right now. I also need to get 2 of the platinum The New Batman Adventures Batman in his red suit from the newest wave. And although they're not platinums, I'm also looking for the Superpowers Unmasked Batman, 2 of those, and the Superpowers Black Suit Superman. If anybody can point me in the right direction or possibly help me out, please drop me a line in the comments below. It is much appreciated. Here's Bizarro, next to the Killing Joke Joker. And here he is, next to Wave 10 of McFarlane's Collector's Edition. We have both the regular and platinum chase variants of Deadshot, Year 2 Batman, and Adam Strange. Then, with the 4th digital wave, both the regular and platinum chase variants of Two-Face and Dr. Fate, and also the Silver Age Superman. And now, with the Grim Knight vs. Killer Croc 2-pack, here's the Superman, next to some recent Walmart exclusives. We have the Nightmare Nightfall Azrael, the Jokerized Death Metal Batman, and the Patina Dark Knights of Steel Batman. And here he is, next to the most recent wave of Page Punchers. We have Supergirl from Woman of Tomorrow, and the Kingdom Come Superman, Starman, and Damage. Then, with the Entertainment Earth exclusive Blacklight Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze, and the GameStop exclusive Frostbite George Clooney Batman. And now, with Batman in his armored suit from Justice League the Sixth Dimension, and Batman 1,000,000. And finally, next to some recent comic Batman figures, we have the Justice Lord Batman, the Cowardly Lot Batman, and both the purple and orange versions of the Rainbow Batman. Now let's check them out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work way smaller, and I'm going to include as many Superman figures as I can during these comparisons. Here he is, next to several different McFarlane DC Multiverse Superman figures. And now, here he is with some Jack-specific wrestling figures, and some Diamond Select toys. Here's Bizarro, next to some Reese's Dipped Animal Crackers. And here he is, with some DC Direct and NECA Superman figures. Then, with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures. And now, with some Mezco and Mattel Superman figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, with some SH Figure Arts and Jazzwares Fortnite figures. Overall, it's a pretty nice Bizarro figure. He looks good. He has extra hands and the necklace, cloth soft goods cape with a wire in it, a lot of good stuff going on. I love the choices of blue and red they use in this guy. Very traditional, very classic. Now here are my complaints. It's on the really old Action Comics 1000 body, which is a very nice body, but there are so many other arms they could have popped in there with double joints. The ball joints in his wrists and ankles are hideously big. Beyond that, I don't really have many complaints. I think the figure looks good. His face sculpt is good. The Superman logo, or Bizarro logo, is good on both the cape and the chest. And I like the color choices. If I were to rate this figure, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. He looks good enough to be an 8, but with those ball joints, single jointed elbows, etc., I don't see any reason to give him more than a 7, and I don't really see any reason to give him less than a 7. It's a nice figure. It's probably my favorite McFarlane Bizarro, although I do like the 2-pack version, but that was very stylized, so I guess this one will be the king. I'm not a fan of the New 52 look. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say with the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate we do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.